What's up, guys? I'm 17. My name is Mateo, and I recently passed the topstep evaluation on my first try. I'm not here to flex or sell anything. I just want to share exactly what I did and what helped me because I know how stressful evals can be. This is just my experience. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not a professional trader whatsoever. I'm 6 months into trading. I passed my eval first try, and I think I did. What I think separated me from the rest is the fact that I didn't overcomplicate it. I feel like that's a big part of why people blow so many evals. Many people overcomplicate eval. Evals are basically demo accounts, not real money. You shouldn't be trading with emotions. You should just be trading based on your strategy and based on your risk management. Before this, I failed and struggled, of course, in paper trading, like most people. But when I started my eval, my main goal wasn't to make money, it was to not blow the account. And now I'm going to guide you through the big things that helped me pass my eval. Risk management came first. The most important thing was risk management. I respected the daily loss limit more than profit. Right? If I got close to it, I stopped trading. Many people overtrade, revenge trade, over leverage. I don't feel like doing that. To be honest, I know my rules. I know what I have to do. Many of you just you know what you have to do, but you don't do it. You overtrade, you lose a trade, and then you trade again. You revenge trade. And I think that's why it's so important to only take one trade per day. I set my top step limit, my daily trade limit on top step to one trade per day, which forces me to only take the move of the day. Like I only trade New York AM session 9:30 to 10:30 max. So that forces me to only take the A plus setup of the day, or no trades. So one trade per day. One risk reward to two risk reward, which is for me is very important because uh I don't want to get greedy. I don't want to aim for that three risk reward. I just want high win rate, right? I trade in my macro 950 to 1010, maybe 945 to 1015, because that's, as you know, that's when the move happens most commonly. And don't be greedy. You need to wait. You need to be patient and not be greedy. If you win, get off the charts. Just get off the charts. Don't take another trade. I know you're gonna want to take another trade because I was in your position. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest. In the beginning, first 2 3 days of my eval were tough, bro. Like I wanted to take a trade again. I wanted to rush the process. Don't rush the process. That's not the main goal, right? Right? And that's why I think consistency comes over size. You don't need to rush the process. You don't need to rush the money. You don't need to think about the money. You just need to think about consistency and about fulfillment, right? I don't rush the money. And first of all, most important of all, I don't rush size. I just want consistency, right? Because, okay, let's say you take a 5K payout in 1 month, but that doesn't mean anything. That could just be luck. That could just be you full porting CPI, right? Don't full port CPI. Uh don't over trade. Don't over leverage. Just be consistent. Trade the same amount of money in every trade, same RR, and you'll be good. Not losing money is better than making money. A dollar saved is a dollar made, right? If you don't see that A plus setup, especially on an eval, if you don't see that A plus setup, don't take the trade because it's better to get a break even day than a loss, of course. I'm still trying to work on that. I'm still working on all of these things that I'm talking about. I'm just guiding you through what helped me pass my first eval, but of course, I'm not an expert. I still make these tiny mistakes. Everyone has these tiny flaws, even the big traders, TJR, PB, and everyone still do these mistakes once in a while. You shouldn't be discouraged. You just need to learn from your mistakes. Journaling, journaling, I think, is the most important part in trading, especially in the beginning. Because if you take a loss, you go, you journal it, you you type in your remarks, your mistakes, and what you need to improve on. That is so important. I'm gonna show you my look. Here's my Notion um journal. Right, we've got here my favorites are some important things. Loss, something that I really, you know, some bad mistakes. Right, that's what you should be doing. Next thing is your strategy. Stick to one strategy. One strategy is better than 500 strategies, because if you just look for, let's say you have two strategies, right? Two or three entries. Then maybe one of your entry will say long, one of your entry will say short, and then you'll just be mixed up and confused. Just stick to one strategy, because when I had had my eval, first days were kind of rough, and I was looking for a continuation model and reversal, right? And one of them was saying short, one of them was saying long, and I almost lost my eval because of that. But it's okay. We go on. Bias. Your bias is very important, because you don't need to marry your bias, and you don't have to marry your bias. And of course, not trade against the trend, because your trend is your friend. You need to switch up your bias when you have to, and stick to your bias most of the times. Your BE rule, I think people don't put enough emphasis on this. BE rule for me is very important, because as I said, not losing money is better than making money. And at last, we have fear of missing out. My biggest enemy, your biggest enemy, every beginner's biggest enemy. The biggest mindset shift for me was realizing that passing the eval wasn't about being right all the time. It was about avoiding dumb mistakes. So once I stopped trying to prove myself to the market, things got easier, and that helped me with my FOMO. As I said, not losing money is way better than making money. So you should only take the A plus setup. If you're in an eval right now, my advice is to slow down. Focus on consistency and not contract size, or not the wins, the payouts, the express. None of that shit. You don't need to trade every day or every move. You just need to take the trade and the move. That's it. I'm still learning, and this is just the beginning for me. If this helped you, feel free to like or subscribe. I'll be sharing more about my journey.